Columbia. Oh, baby.
I told the guys if they're not in here by the time Brandon gets in, then we're just gonna start the interview because we don't have time to wait for them to get in.
What's his name?
Brandon Rutley.
Oh, God. I didn't know. You didn't tell me.
I did tell you.
You didn't tell me you were live.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, you didn't. Why are the dogs dead?
I need to set up like this.
Yeah, right. Is that an Xbox?
No, it's a computer. It's a whole ass fucking hardware system right there.
That's why I said, is that an Xbox?
It's a whole fucking thing is ridiculous. Can you hear my TV right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
I can also hear my echo. Come here.
Oh, there he goes. What's going on?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we can hear you good.
Good. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. We're all set up, ready to go. I know we got some limited time with you, so we're gonna get this right up and going. We have two other guys that are supposed to be in, so they might join in a little bit later. But if not, then we gotta do what we gotta do. So
Yeah, have you guys been rolling already? I know you said the show starts from a little bit earlier.
yeah, no, I just do it because it takes my computer sometimes a little
Yeah.
long to set everything up. So got that all good, and we're set, ready to go. Appreciate you being on here, man.
Of course, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. Maybe we can get this more often than not. Once the season and everything starts up, is CFL started up yet, or they've been?
No, our
completely
season is
done?
canceled this year, man. So, typically it starts, in April, and then we go to November. But with COVID, they just say, you know what, let's just prepare for 2021. It just be a smoother ride for us,
Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say that was one of the questions I was gonna ask, like how is the CFL handling everything? So we'll get into that, but let's get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, episode 39 of the All Pro JAFFOs. Myself, JP, alongside me, as always, the quarterback, CJP Caleb. And this man below with us today. We've been talking about it for a few days. Of course, Country K would make his late print. Yeah, everybody, the 6'10" piece from the South Piece with his late entry. Yes, Mr. Country K. And before I was rudely interrupted by this man, right here, guy we've been talking about for a little bit this last week, letting you guys know he was going to be on the show. His former San Jose State University Spartan, has been in the CFL, played for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, the Montreal Alouettes, and currently with the British Columbia Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Brandon Rutley. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you guys having me. How are you guys?
Good, man. We're glad to have you on. We really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course. Happy to be on here.
Can you get your Kay? Come on.
He got that still photo up there.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what he looks like live, but but so let's get right into it. So you started off at San Jose State, and me and Kay had a conversation about San Jose State yesterday because we both played at the JUCO at San Jose City.
Okay.
And we knew there that the pipeline on basically on how easy it was to be able to transfer everything over from city to San Jose State. We were wondering why more guys didn't go off to state. You know, it was still D1. It's not like it's not like people who aren't good didn't come out of that school.
Yeah.
You got yourself, you got James Jones, you got Jabari, you got all these different, you know, guys who get Tyler Irvin, all these guys who came in and, you know, from San Jose State and are actually making a difference. I don't understand why San Jose State wasn't an option for a lot of these guys. So a guy coming from San Jose State, what can you tell us a little bit about your time there? Like how, if you could sell San Jose State to a recruit, how would you sell it to them?
I mean, I think I would say first and foremost, it's a school, man. I think the atmosphere, the friendships, the campus. I think it's a great place for someone just come out of high school to go to. At that time when I was there, the football was we were going through this rebuilding phase, and I think that as the generations keep going, I think people started to realize that hey, I need to go to a school that's going to put me in the best position to get to the NFL or to get to whatever that goal is that they had. I just think during the time that I was there, one of the reasons that we weren't getting a lot of transfers from San Jose State, one, I don't remember it being some immense amount of talent at that JUCO at that time that I was there. Also, I think that one of the biggest things, like I said before, guys, they have these dreams of going to Cal, USC, going to all these, these top colleges that's, promoted on TV 24/7. I had a friend actually who went to DVC, and I said, come to San Jose State. We were opening up with Alabama, and he wanted to go to Cal badly. He wanted to go there badly, that he just disregarded a full ride scholarship to play some of the top schools in the country to become a walk-on, with another program and essentially never getting a chance to even touch the field. I just think it's one of those things where, guys have to see how is this going to best benefit me? What's the best situation? And who's actually in their corner telling them that this might be the best move for you? And some guys also got to be honest with themselves. Am I as good as I think I am? Can I play at SC? Can I play at Cal? Can I play at Alabama? I think people mature at different rates. Like myself personally, like I'm a much different runner than I was when I was in college. Right now, if I was running the same way I ran right now, I could play any school in the nation. I think it's just different. It's a mindset thing, and you have to do what's best for you in that situation, but you also got to have the right people in your corner to push you in the right direction, right?
Right. Absolutely. No, because we had looked at San Jose State as it's a D1 school. You get talent that comes out of the school. It's not like it's impossible for talent to come out. And the school there is one of the top rated schools in the country when it comes to education.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like the degree that you're getting from there isn't going to be really worth something. Yeah. So it's like, and me and Kay, we had talked about it. Some of the guys that we had on our JUCO squad, they had, they wanted to go to same thing, Cal. We had guys that went to Arizona. We did have a guy that went to Cal, went other places, Nevada. But it was always weird to me because we had San Jose State scouts or coaches come by and talk to us all the time.
Yeah.
So I never understood why more guys, and it's not like some of the guys that we had didn't have the talent to do so. They had the talent to do so.
Yeah.
But it was, like you said, I guess not having that person in their corner, kind of guiding them in the right direction or whatever might be best fit for them when it comes to touching the field.
Well, yeah. Anybody that's playing college football, San Jose State is not going to be their first pick. I mean, it's just not going to be. They're going to try to go somewhere else. But I think one of the great things about San Jose State right now is that Coach Brent Brennan is building a program that's attracting people. That campus is changing. Exactly that campus is changing. The atmosphere is changing, and they're building the tradition where they say, okay, you know what, our coaching staff is going to be here, and we're going to be here consistently for our players. When I was playing, man, we had a new coach every couple of years. It was always some sort of turnover. So players aren't going to be attracted to going to a school where, oh, it's a new coach coming in, we have to rebuild.
Yeah.
And if when a new coach comes in, that means, some people are losing their jobs,
Yeah.
right? A coach may come in and say, you know what, I have my guys. I have someone that I had interested in having at quarterback or at running back or receiver. And if you're not that coach's guy, chances are, you're going to get less playing time or you're going to get pushed to the side. So I think a lot of that plays factors, into the situation. But I think as of right now, San Jose State, if I'm a parent right now with a child, I would say, you know what, I would encourage my son to go to San Jose State because they have a program that's moving in the right direction. They're building new portions of the stadium. The campus is just vibrant and blossoming. There's too many perks there now not to be like, oh yeah, San Jose State's one of those top schools.
Right. It's attractive. It's kind of like a GM new head coach situation in the pros. New
Exactly.
regime comes in, there's going to be a whole lot of turnover at different spots. So when you get to your pro career, you get to the CFL, you start off with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. One thing that kind of I did a little bit of, obviously I have to do research
Obviously, yeah.
on the people that we talk to. And I found something, I mean, this isn't the full quote, but I found something that really interested me, and it kind of brought me to this question. It was on the BC Lions website, and you had a quote that you said, "Don't get me wrong, I enjoy running back, but I'm probably just as dangerous defensively. I like being a versatile player." I mean, there was more to that quote, but that part right there, it made me think, why don't are you able to have that option to be kind of that quote unquote Iron Man player out there in BC? Like, does CFL have those types of guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a possibility. I think when you get to the pros, typically you're in your one position, unless you're just spectacular. But I think like this past season, my coach said, a guy got injured. Worst case scenario, if both of them go down, we're gonna have to throw you in at safety. And sometimes on scout team, I'll go in and I'll play safety, or if it's a week that maybe I'm not playing or something like that, I'll mess around and show my skills back there. But it's one of those things. When I came out of high school, I was recruited for most colleges as a corner, right? So I went to San Jose State. They needed a running back, so I had to play that. I didn't really have a choice. I think if I would have went to like an Oregon or somewhere else, I probably would have been playing defense. And so that's one of my biggest things. I always want to mark myself as an athlete, as a versatile player. Wherever I go, you never know where you can be used at. And the thing is, I could be good at running back, but maybe this isn't working for me for this team. But that might put me at safety. Maybe I might become a star at safety. People have to be open into their positions changing, because you never know how you can help the team or how it can actually benefit your career.
Yeah, absolutely. One league that normally had like that Iron Man player, to me, the AFL, the Arena Football League.
Yeah, they did.
Back in those, they had the Iron Man guys, and that really interested me because in the old days in the pros, you had Iron Man guys like that who played both ways. But then it started leading me on to, since we have guys that are just phenomenal athletes that can play both sides of the ball, why don't teams utilize that more often? Like, why don't we see more Iron Man guys in wherever league, whether it's the CFL, whether it's the NFL, whether it's anywhere else? Like,
there's too many players. There's too many players that specializing in their position. Is what's the use of me playing running back and safety if there's someone that they recruited, they've studied, they've prepared to have in that position, and who's supposed to be an expert in their position? It makes no sense to have me going both ways unless your team just doesn't have the talent. It just doesn't make sense. Now, when you're young and you're playing on these Pop Warner and high school teams, they can throw you all over the field. They just want to win games, and the best players are going to play. And oftentimes when you're younger, you're the best at every position. It don't really matter. And so I just think when you start to get older in the pros, it's just like a job. It's like, okay, am I gonna give this person responsibility to take care of all these tasks at the job, or am I going to get people who are expert in all these tasks and have them take care of those things, right? And I think that's just the same way ball goes.
Yeah, you say like unless the team doesn't have talent, you talk about talent. The New York Jets could probably use a few Iron Man fucking guys on
Yeah,
their
for
team
sure.
right
That's what I'm
now.
worried. They've been bad. They've been bad. They've been bad for years. And I think, to be honest with you, man, when it comes to like a team being bad, it starts from the top down, man. It's one of the big, like you can have the most talent on your team, but if the management and all that stuff is in total disarray, it trickles down to the team. It trickles down to the team, and then it's a cycle, and you really have to just clean house at some point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Caleb,
what I'm
what do
saying.
you
Because
got?
my question was, I mean, what was like the biggest, like the hardest transition that you had going from American football to Canadian football? Like, what was the hardest thing for you to find, like, to like get down?
To
Because
be
I
honest
know
with you,
there's different.
there are some different rules. Obviously, there's the waggle. I don't think that was difficult for me because I was a scat back coming out of college. So I loved, if I had enough space, I could make somebody miss. So the waggle basically, it gives like the receiver starts about 5 to 7 yards back. The quarterback signals them. They get a head start to the line before the play snap, right? So a DB, you have to be a good defensive back if you're guarding a
Yeah,
receiver that's coming downhill full speed. And they can
yeah,
run sideways, side to side, and then hit the line. So I can do that from the backfield also, right? So he can signal me. I can motion out of the backfield, and I can come down. So it's easy. It's
yeah,
like to go against a linebacker is just a total disadvantage. If you're
yeah,
a linebacker
absolutely.
that's stiff, you're gonna lose every time.
Hmm.
But I think for me, football is football. It doesn't matter when you
Yeah,
get the ball in your hand. You're doing the same thing that you did
yeah,
when you were in Pop Warner, high school, college. Doesn't matter. So it wasn't too much crazy stuff to get used to. I think it's just the fact that you're not playing, where you were brought up.
yeah.
You
Did it
know.
make it that much easier to know that you had like a 25, 30,000 yard freaking end zone that you can just run for miles? Just
No, you know what?
so it's if
It,
I'm correct, the field itself is 125 yards
I
or
think it's
120
a
yards.
hundred and what is it? What is the field? I think it's 110 or something like that. Because the end zones are 20 yards. I think it's 20 yards, 20 yards deep, right? And the field is 65 yards wide. I mean,
Jeez,
it's bigger
Wow.
than the NFL field, right? So it's a
the
fast
soccer
game.
field.
There's only three downs, mind you. So
Oh,
on third down, there's no fourth down. You're punting on third down if you're not getting it, right? And so
okay.
it's a fast game, so you have to be in position. That's probably the only difference, that you have to be in awesome shape, because it's like this. And if you play special teams there, you're on the field all game.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's sick.
all game.
Okay, what do you got? Okay, okay, come on.
Is he
Don't
still
do this to
there?
me, man. I know he's there. That's
Oh,
it.
jeez. He's
Jeez,
probably
man.
connecting to his car audio.
He's driving.
There he is. You got your question, Kay?
I'm in a bad area right
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Awesome timing to have this.
Hmm.
But so Canadian, a lot of people don't really look at Canadian football. Like you see a lot of people when they come out of college, like just if they're not drafted or if
Hmm.
they don't somehow make it to a team like an undrafted free agent,
Yeah.
whatever. A lot of people don't look at, I mean, people do, obviously there wouldn't be a league if people didn't, but not as many people look at the NFL like a destination that they would want to take their talents. They're just
You're right.
solely.
You're right. 100%. You're right. 100%. And I was one of those guys. I was one of those guys that's like, man, I'm too good for this league. This is not where I should be playing. And I know that based off my talent, I know that I can play in NFL, but
Mhm.
that route isn't for everyone. So the Canadian Football League is probably harder to get into than NFL. And the reason being is because Canadians have to play. So there's a ratio, right? So like a 22, there's 22 Canadians and there's like 20 Americans. So some of the best players are typically on a bench or on practice squad in the CFL, or just don't have a job. So if you can make it in that league and make it there for multiple years, then you can create a successful career for yourself because it's so hard to stay in there and stick, right? They're always getting guys. Maybe it's some guys that get cut from the league and they'll get them for a few, for the rest of like 4 or 5 months, finish out the CFL season. They'll get picked up by a new NFL team the next year. Or they'll bring guys in and try them out, and they're like, oh, nope, you don't fit this league. You don't have enough. Just because you're fast, you don't waggle correctly. It's so many little intricate things and details that people wouldn't know because it's not broadcasted like that. Now, it's broadcasted a lot more in the States now than it used to be. But to play in the CFL, you have to be in top-notch shape. You have to be able to get away from that standard. Oh, I'm on the line. I'm stiff. The guy's right in front of me. You have to be able to maneuver. Even a DB in the NFL, there's a lot of DBs in the NFL that can go in the CFL and they'll fail. Just because if somebody's running full speed at you, you don't know whether to retreat or to try to stop them. And it's a very particular game, I would say. And like you said, to your point, I think I was one of those guys that came out that just felt that I was so much better than a wonderful league like the CFL. And when I first got to Hamilton, I took that for granted, man. I was like, this is not where I want to be. I can't stand it. Not realizing that I'm playing football, that I'm doing a thing that I always loved, and I'm making money.
Right.
And then, after that, I got cut. I got cut from that team. And then I'm like, this is an opportunity to get into the NFL. Not the crickets, heard nothing. You didn't get an opportunity. Try to get back in the CFL again. Crickets didn't hear anything. So now I'm just working a regular job, just like everybody else. Here's this guy who's supposed to make it, who's supposed to be on some team, and now I'm working at 24-hour fitness. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life, and then that opportunity a year later presented Montreal. And I relished that, man. And I fell in love with the game again. I fell in love with just the opportunity to play ball and play it at such a high level. And I think when you finally immerse yourself in those kind of experiences, good things happen. And then year after year after year, things got better. And, I started to grow in my game, matured in my game. I think I realized more of my flaws in my first 3 years of playing than I've ever did in playing football my entire life. It's such a game that you have to be so disciplined. You have to understand every little thing. I had a coach who used to tell me, because I would be in the backfield and I would be looking at the linebackers move, looking at the defensive line move. And he was like, your head should not be doing this like a sprinkler before the game. I mean, you should know where the blitz is coming from.
Yeah.
You should know where you're going to run before the play is even snapped based off knowing where your blocks are going to go. Right. And so I thought about this. I'm like, damn, you know what? Maybe these are some of the reasons that I didn't get to the league, because all my big runs in college, I can remember vividly. When I was in college, I would get that ball and I'm thinking to myself, man, fuck, I hope this hole opens. Not really like I wasn't in that meeting room. I didn't understand the movement of the offensive line and the defensive line. I didn't understand the flow of the linebackers. I just understood if I got that ball, I know I don't want to get hit, so I'm about to make everybody miss on this field, or try to at least. And that's the opposite of what you want in a pro running back. You want somebody to be able to identify and call out, watch 45, watch 45. The defensive line is sliding. Okay, here, check. Bring somebody in to help block this edge. That's the kind of things that I started to pick up after a while when I watched veterans in front of me like Stephon Logan, Terrell Sutton, Brandon Whitaker, Avon Colburn, superstars of that league and in the NFL. And I watched them develop their game mentally. And then I was able to do that. And I understood, okay, this is what it means to be a pro running back. Not even just a pro running back, but just a good running back, Now, if you don't have 100 yards in a game as a running back, it's because you just didn't study. It's not because you just have to have so much talent. A sorry running back can have 100 yards based off knowing where his blocks are supposed to be, running and being patient and understanding the game. And so when I started picking it up like that, the game was the years started to tack on. New contract, right?
That's cool. So you get to you're in Montreal, which from what we understand, Montreal is like it's Montreal and the Argonauts. The Alouettes and the Argonauts, I believe,
Yes,
right?
Alouettes. Yeah, the Alouettes, Montreal, Argonauts, Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. So we hear those two teams a lot. So we compare them, if you compare them to the NFL, you're looking at these are top ranked tier top guys like Patriots, Packers, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're a BC Lion now, British Columbia Lion.
Yeah.
How would you describe this team? Like what about this team is special to go make a run for that Grey Cup in 2021? You don't have a season now because COVID screwed a lot of people up.
Yeah.
But going into 2021, what are you looking forward to? What is it about this team that people should really be excited about?
I think one of the greatest things about this 2021 BC Lions team, or the making of the 2021 BC Lions team, is that they brought in a lot of unselfish players. They brought in a lot of veterans. They brought in a lot of men, to be honest with you. And I say that, and I say that way because, if you're a boy trying to play this game, you're full of mistakes. You're full of mistakes. They brought in people who pay attention to the little details. They prep differently. They train differently. They focus differently. And a lot of the guys that's on this team also have families. So that's such a different thing in a sports world. A lot of these guys have families, so they know that I need to work my ass off so I can get to the playoffs, so I can get to this Grey Cup, so that I can bring more bacon home to my family. So I can create longevity in a city for my family. I think a lot of athletes would agree with this, especially when they get to the pros. It could be a crazy world for you if you have a family, if you're being bounced from team to team, after after a year or 2 years. You're trying to create some consistency, right? And I think if you get players into your organization that have that same mindset, that said, hey, you know what? I'm consistent with who I'm with every night. I'm consistent with where I'm going after practice every day. I'm consistent in the work that I do off the field, and they're doing the same work on the field. Then you bring that same consistency into that locker room. You bring that same consistency to that field, right? And hopefully you're stacking wins. And if you can do that, those kind of teams can stick around and add new additions here and there. You can stick around for a team like that for 5 to 10 years, and hopefully build a true franchise and create a legacy to be a part of. So I think that's one of the exciting things about this BC Lions team, is that they put a collection of great men together, and all the guys are getting after preparing themselves for an exciting season.
Awesome. It's going to be good. We'll have to definitely keep on track with what's going on with BC and pretty much all the CFL, because that's interesting. The way you bring the amount of in shape that you have to be for the league, because there is a lot of moving components.
Absolutely.
In that league, so it's kind of interesting to learn more about that league. So just before we let you go, you're a successful entrepreneur. I've seen some of your Instagram. You're doing pretty damn well for yourself, my friend. Pretty damn well for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a successful entrepreneur, some guys or some people who want to become entrepreneurs themselves, start their own business, whatever it may be, what advice would you give them, to kind of help them get through whatever, wall that they may have to get by?
I think I'll use like this analogy. I would say leap, leap, just jump. And the reason I say that is because I think, I was someone that, especially when I was younger, I would always leap. I would always jump. I feel like I would jump out of a plane without a parachute, and somehow I would always fly. And I think the process of starting anything great, whether it be trying to pursue sports, trying to pursue a career, comes with you taking a chance on yourself, believing in yourself, and betting on yourself. And you have to just leap. You have to leap and know that the God that you believe in has your back. It's going to give you wings, and you'll be able to fly, and you'll be able to do all the things that you've ever you've ever wanted to do. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be challenging, but you have to get past that fear. You got to get past that fear of what people are going to say about you, how people are going to perceive you, who's going to like it, who's not going to like it. None of that shit matters. The only thing that matters is that you feel good and you trust in the process. Just like this podcast, you guys believe in this thing. You know what I mean? And you're going to reach out to more and more people and get more and more people involved in it by just leaping every day, every week, every month, every year, and more people are believing it. More and more people are follow it. And that's what advice I would have to anybody that's trying to start a business, or trying to start anything for themselves. Just take a chance. The worst that can happen, the very worst that can happen, is somebody will say no, and somebody else will say no. But eventually you'll get a yes. And that's just part of the process, man. You got to just fall in love with it.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Rutley, where can everybody find you, for the listeners, for anyone who may be watching and listening to the audio version of it? Where could they find you to be able to follow you, keep track of what's going on with you, with BC and everything else that you're doing?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, in terms of my Instagram, Brandon.Rutley, you guys can follow me right there. But check out the BC Lions at bclions.com. They have a lot of amazing things going on, a lot of great things they're trying to do for the community also, not just football. And that's one of the other things I love about the organization. It's bigger than football. They create this family-oriented feel, and I think people will be very attracted to that. And it's a great game, man. So you guys got to check it out. But definitely check out me at BrandonRutley.com, man. It's perfect.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, and please welcome and say goodbye, Mr. Brandon Rutley, BC Lions running back. Thank you for joining us, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We got to do this again sometime when the season's going on. Keep updates.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man. We'll check in for sure.
Absolutely, man. Have a good one.
All right, guys. Peace.
See, good information. Good information.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. That's that guy. That was good advice.
Yeah, it was.
Said a
Absolutely.
lot of
You're killing me, Kay. You're absolutely freaking killing me. Like I'm, man. You've got to be killing me.
That's right. There's a Mia. Don't worry.
There's a dog. Okay, yeah, but
it's raining out here right now. I was trying to get in place. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's pouring pretty freaking bad out there, man. It's pretty bad out there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining that interview / conversation. We don't really like to call them interviews. We really more like to call them conversations, because we like to hear, the stories about these guys that we talk to and where they come from, what they're doing, how, we want to find out more about the person and just kind of be laid back. So it's more of a conversation than it is an interview. But that conversation was, in fact, brought to you by Raise Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, you haven't been watching, you haven't been listening, you haven't been paying attention, what the hell are you doing? Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring the customer a powerful yet sustained energetic experience to help push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, Raise Energy has become the most popular and the best-rated energy drink on the market to date, with a phenomenal flavor profile that puts most of its competitors to shame. With the hydrating energy, rapid restorative recovery, razor sharp mental focus, intensified stamina, zero sugar, and the best part, you get no crash at all. You can get these at a vitamin shop. You can get them at a GNC, but you wouldn't get the discount. You'd be paying full price. They won't let you use the promo code that we have for you. So if you want the Raise, whether it's a sample pack or you want your own 12-pack of a certain flavor, go to repsports.com, REPP sports.com, and use the promo code Alpha Raise, RAZE. So Alpha Raise to get 15% off of your order. Become a part of the Raise Rebellion. Go do it now. Enjoy Raise Energy. Now, pretty damn good conversation. Pretty damn good week of football. Holy fuck, DeAndre Hopkins is a fucking manimal. Bro, I can watch that catch over and over and over again because he
does not surprise me that the man caught it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it is DeAndre
That guy's
Hopkins.
hands are like
completely covering the football when he got that. That was just absolutely insane.
there was no
But
doubt.
just before that, though, in the drive before that, the Bills had just taken the lead. Fucking Stephon Diggs in the end zone with a diving catch himself, like a miraculous catch himself, with I believe what it was like 20 seconds, 25 seconds left in the game at that point. And then the Cardinals get to about their 49, about their 49.
47.
Or 47. Okay. Kyler Murray rolls out to the left, avoids 2 tackles, launches up a prayer, and you can look at in the replay, DeAndre Hopkins, cold as ice, just that's a touchdown. It's a better catch by eye, he said. Not a better catch by me. He said, yep. That's what they call getting dunked on in the NBA. That's what he said. He said they went up. It was just a better catch by eye. DeAndre Hopkins is ridiculous. And Kyler Murray, a lot of things I've said about Oklahoma quarterbacks, he's actually starting to impress me just a little bit.
He's the only one.
He's the only one who's actually. I still don't have faith in. See, the way Country K feels about Jimmy G is how I feel about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield can't do shit without a running game. Jimmy G obviously can't do shit without a running game. So
I don't feel any kind of way about Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't fit for y'all because he's injury prone. That's all I said. Hey, Jimmy.
You said since the beginning of the season, Jimmy G sucks, this, and that. Jimmy G's not the guy. He sucks. He's this. He's that. You've been saying that all year long.
I still stand by that.
He choked. Jimmy G choked the Niners. I think you misconstruing what I'm saying. The Niners suck. Jimmy G choked. Jimmy G was good for the Patriots.
As a backup.
I mean, he got in for 2 games really well.
I don't think he was good for those games either. He was backed by an insane Patriots defense.
Exactly. Insane. Absolutely.
The man seems to somehow win with good defenses. I wonder.
Defense wins a championship.
To only win with good defenses. I feel like Jimmy G is just kind of like, well, we got a shitty defense this year. I'll just break my ankle. You know?
I don't want to play.
Well, because shit, he's probably telling himself, shit, I can't score more than 20 points anyways. Fuck. If I have a good defense that allows just 14, all I have to do is hand the ball off 3 times.
Yeah.
And let my guy run with it. But that's crazy, though, like how he was saying, like, you know, because especially at that level, like, to make a good running back, you don't have to be the best running back ever. You know what I mean? As long as you know where, you know, your blocks are going and the flow of everything, you can be 100-yard rusher a game. Because that was the thing that they stressed the most when I was at Tabor, was staying on the fucking path. You know, this is where it's going to open. Stay on the fucking path. It was never, you know, just bounce it and try and break every tackle that you can. You know, it was never just be an athlete. It was like, nah, man. Like at this level, you got to stay on the path.
Yep.
And if you don't, we'll find someone that will. I don't care if he runs a 4.8 and you run a 4.3. I don't give a shit. You know, at that level, it's literally, you know, next man up. And that was the craziest thing that really resonated. You know.
Yeah. So we go down this list of games that happened this weekend. Fun games. We started off with the Cardinals and the Bills, which were the Sunday night game, which was fine. That was a fine way to end Sunday. It was such a good game. Wait, that wasn't even the final game.
Hey, the Saints won, right?
Yeah, the Saints won.
What was the score?
27-13. Drew Brees went out in like the second quarter, though. He had a collapsed lung and fractured ribs.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Still
scary.
almost.
What do you say?
What?
If the Niners catch, they would have won the fucking game. The Niners defense do not know how to fucking catch. Y'all would have won the fucking game. He threw 3 picks directly in your corners and linebackers' hands. And you dropped them fuckers. I was so upset. I watched that whole game. And I was so mad at the Niners. I was rooting for y'all. I was like,
He's like, I want you to win. Come on.
Jameis Winston, he said.
Like, come on, Niners. Everybody's trying to root for them, but they make it so hard.
But you know what the worst part about the whole thing for me was when Jameis Winston came in, I was like, oh fuck. I was like, now not only is Kay gonna be talking shit that we got beat by the Saints, he's gonna be talking shit that we got beat by the Jameis Winston led Saints, and that's even worse. But Jameis Winston, like, fucking the Saints were already up. Alvin Kamara had already sealed the deal for him earlier in the game. Really, before Jameis Winston came in, they did nothing, really. It was like...
That's what I'm saying. Y'all had a chance to actually win that fucking game because Jameis Winston was giving y'all the ball. He threw that shit in y'all linebackers' hands like 3 times. You just dropped the picks. Like, y'all dropped the picks, and I was like, y'all really could have came back because you still had a lot of time. Like, when Jameis actually got more than fucking bubble screens and fucking goddamn Texas routes, like his stat line looks good, but to be very honest with you, 2 of those plays went for like 40 yards. Like, the receiver, it was like a fucking goddamn, it was a bubble screen that went for 40 fucking yards. I was like, what the fuck happened? It was like y'all just stopped learning how to fucking tackle. Then it was another play, Alvin Kamara broke and almost fucking scored. That's why Jameis Winston looked good. This fucker was just dinking and danking. That shit was fucking like that.
And that was gonna be my argument against it, going like, yeah, we lost, but Jameis Winston didn't do shit. It was all Alvin Kamara, to be honest with you. So, but yeah. I mean, hey, and we also scored a touchdown against them. Something that you didn't do again.
L's is L's.
L's is L's, yes.
Okay, well, but here's my thing. Did Drew Brees play that whole game? Because if you had Drew Brees the whole game, I'm pretty sure y'all only had 7 points.
L's.
On Twitter, like, I'm like, Jimmy G just lost his job to a guy named Nick. And I was like, 2 plays later, this fucker throws a pick. I was like, never mind.
I saw that tweet. I'm like, oh, you're an asshole. I was like, this guy. I was like, it's Big Dick. To be honest with you,
that's what y'all paid that man. I cannot believe y'all paid that man. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh,
he's probably going to be gone after this year, to be completely honest with you. That's the way things are looking right now. Anyways, to get back, the Colts are continuing to piss Caleb off by winning. They just beat the Titans 34-17. That was a Thursday night football game. The Giants and the Eagles. The Giants beat the shit out of the Eagles 27-17, yet the Eagles are still in first place in the NFC East with a beautiful record of 3-5-1. I still can't believe that. That's first place. Unbelievable. Unbefreaking-leavable.
For the Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles are still in first place after losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
3-5-1. What a joke.
So what a fucking joke. Next game after that, the Jaguars and the Packers. The Packers were having some trouble in this
The
game
Packers
early
look,
on.
I ain't gonna lie, the Packers at the beginning of that game looked ugly as fuck.
Yeah, they looked
Holy
bad.
shit.
They
That
looked
looked like
really bad.
JV football out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was ugly.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. The Packers did end up winning the game 24-20, but it was not an ugly win. I know they say a dub is a dub, but that was a pretty ugly dub, to be honest with you. 7-2
Again,
start to
especially
second
against
straight
the team
season.
they should have blown out.
Yeah, they should have destroyed the Jaguars and fall to
They should have
1-8.
blown them out. You kidding me?
Yeah.
With a rookie
next-
quarterback that nobody's even heard of.
Lutton?
Who?
Exactly. Washington football team versus the Detroit Lions, 30-27. Detroit finally breaks their home losing streak of 7. Matt Prater hit the game-winning 59-yard field goal as time expired. Lions win, putting them to 4-5. Washington football team down to 2-7.
There was also a 61-yard field goal this weekend.
By who?
I cannot remember his name to save the life of me.
What team?
It was I don't know, might have been the Broncos or something.
Well, until we know that information.
I'm pretty sure it was a 61-yarder this weekend because he barely. Oh, it might have been the Panthers.
Oh,
Is Gano the kicker for the Panthers?
I think so. No, he's
think
not.
it was-
He's hurt, actually.
Oh, wait.
It's another kicker. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It was his career high and a franchise record. So.
Well, either way. Texans versus the Browns. Ugly ass game. Browns won 10-7.
God.
Cleveland, it's their
fucking killed
fewest points in a win since week 8 of 2012.
Dude, Russ fucked me this weekend. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Seahawks and Rams. Yeah, Russ did.
That was dog shit. Just lost the MVP race right in just that game. He could win out. But after that game, there's no fucking way. No fucking way. That was disgusting.
Rams
That was
ended up
trash.
winning 23-16.
Fucking garbage.
The Rams have actually been a problem for the Seahawks. They've won 5 of their last 6 against Seattle.
I was projected to win by like 30 points. No. Got dicked by like 50. The fuck is that?
Russell only got you, what, like 11 points?
11.6. What a dick.
I can't believe the Browns won 10-7, and both of their running back, both Chubb and Hunt, got over 100 yards rushing. And they only got 10
That's
points.
so hard against the shit Texans defense.
That's very, very true, actually. Buccaneers, after taking that ass whooping against the Saints, came back and gave an ass whooping to the Panthers. Jones, 98-yard rushing touchdown, the longest in Tampa Bay history. That run, I was like, as soon as he broke the hole, I was like, oh, he's gone. Oh, did he get shoestring? Nope, no shoestring. He's gone.
The fourth street to run a 98-yard run. Fourth. Number
So he's
4.
tied for first.
Unbelievable. That was a hell of a run, though. But yeah, and Tom Brady's proved throughout his career, when does he ever really have back-to-back shit games? That's never really been the case for Tom Brady.
It's not man.
That's real bad. I knew it was going to be ugly. I knew it. As soon as I saw CMC out, I was like, yep, it's going to get bad. It's going to be real.
Bridgewater's out for the Panthers now, too.
Yeah, that fucking JPP hit. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty fucking close. But it was close as shit.
I think it was a MCL sprain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hit his shoulder hit his thigh, but he wrapped up his legs. So it made it look very close to a penalty. But he hit his thigh. Like, so he probably, I don't know, he probably hit his IT band, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it say MCL sprain and fuck.
Yeah. They said he was day to day, and I was like, no, I think he's pretty much done for at least the next 3 to 4 weeks. At least.
Yeah.
Because they can't protect him. The fuck?
Yeah, they can't protect him either. Yeah. So
they probably so he can sit out because he probably T-band, that shit probably tensed up like a motherfucker. He barely can walk because IT band swollen. That's really probably the and they sit the fuck out.
Dolphins and the Chargers played. Tua gets himself. The Chargers just okay. So I saw a stat earlier today that said there's only 3 teams that when they lost, that it was by 7 points or more, or 7 points or less. Sorry, and that was the Actually, no. It was something like fuck. I can't remember what it was, but it had that the Chargers, all of their losses were less than or 7 points or less. They're in every single one of these games. They are a much better team than 2-7. To be honest with you, each one of those games could have gone differently. Tua came out, balled out. He played really well. 29-21 Dolphins over the Chargers. Miami is a 6-3 start for the first time since 2001. So, and I guess it was a good idea to put into it because he's looking pretty damn good. He's looking pretty damn good. Broncos, Raiders. Raiders went and handled that ass 37-12.
Told your ass.
Yeah, whatever. I don't pick the Raiders. That's just my nature. I don't care how good they're doing. I don't pick the Raiders.
That was just perfect.
We went over the Bills and Cardinals 32-30 in a hell of a game. Hell of a game. It was probably one of the better games.
Yo, my pick was right until D-Hop just said, nah, not today, Destiny.
I mean, I thought the Bills were going to win it too. I think we all picked the Bills.
I'm pretty sure we all picked the Bills. And honestly, they fucking won that shit. And
they should have won that shit. D-Hop
Jordan
said,
Poyer fucked me. He could have got the pick to save the game. And nah, man. D-Hop had other plans. All he did was just rub his nutsack across all 3 of their faces.
All 4 of our faces, because we all fucking picked the Bills to win that game.
Nah, I ain't claiming that. Nah.
Oh, it sucks too because people who gambled on the game, I guess the Cardinals were like a -2.5 or a +2.5. So if they would have kicked the extra point, they would have covered. But they took a knee on the extra point, so they didn't cover the 0.5. So people who bet on the Cardinals to cover were pissed. Very pissed. The Bills covered.
Why would they take a knee?
So there's because there is a possibility. It's a very, very, very small percentage, but there is a possibility the dudes come up, block the extra point, take it to the fucking house, they win the game.
Damn.
So if you get a touchdown 0-0, you're up by 1, 2, doesn't really even matter. Take the knee. Let's all go home, get the buses warm, get the airplane ready. Let's get it moving.
I'm gonna onside kick that shit. I give a fuck. Come on, man.
Shit. And the Seahawks and Rams, we all saw how that went. 23-16. Rams are looking good. In the NFC West, So the Seahawks are 6-3, the Rams are 6-3, Cardinals are 6-3, and we are 4-5.
Why do you say we like there's multiple of us?
The 49ers are 4-6. I apologize. 4-6.
4 and trash.
Hey,
Fuck it.
with our record, we're leading the division in the NFC East.
But you're not in the NFC East, are you?
No, we're not.
Shut the fuck up, then.
That only hurts Master. Like neither one of
he
us.
ain't here to defend himself, so fuck. I'm gonna have to just text it to him or whatever.
Wait, are the Cowboys even playing anymore? Did they just take the rest of the season off, or what?
They had a bye week this week.
Oh. We can see. It's all right. Jerry John's like, I don't need the fucking money. Fuck it. Just close the damn stadium down.
Steelers and Bengals played. Steelers handled that 36-10. First time they've gone 9-0 franchise history. Ravens and the Patriots. I'm pretty sure we all picked the Ravens. If I'm not mistaken, we all picked the Ravens. But the Patriots.
Ravens and who?
Patriots.
Who won that game?
Patriots did 23-17.
Oh, suck my dick. What? We all picked Baltimore.
Yeah. What did you say, Kay?
Came back. That game was crazy.
Yeah. Baltimore.
Did Cam Newton play that game?
This is the first time that the Ravens have scored under 20 points for the last 32 games. So that 32-game streak is snapped after this week. Yikes.
That's all right.
And Cam did play. He actually played pretty well, too. And then Monday Night Football, that shit show. Vikings versus Bears. That was actually a pretty decent game, to be honest. 19-13, Vikings ended up winning. I'm pretty sure we all picked the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cook didn't go off, but he got me enough points to win fantasy. So that's all that really matters for me. And speaking of fantasy, that's the end of the game. So speaking of fantasy, we got to talk about it. I beat Mad Sticks. Barely, but I fucking beat him. I'll take it. Fucking week 10 matchup. Let's see. What was the...
Hola.
Did you win too?
Yes, sir.
I beat Mad Sticks 129.10 to 125.04. And then let's see. Nelson won. Key won. Stobbs won. Nice. Caleb, you lost 155-132. And damn! Kate, what the hell? 162-93? Who the fuck? Oh, Drew Brees went out. He had 6.9 points for him. Metcalf got shut down this week against Jalen Ramsey, so he got 4.8. Connor had 6. Jared Cook, what? Did he not play? Did he not even show up? What the fuck happened? 0 points? Jimmy Graham didn't even show up. It was fucking 0 points and you still scored 162? What happened here? Tua got 15. D-Hop got you almost 30 points. Marvin Jones got 23. Alvin Kamara got 34. Juju got 22. And everyone else got cheeks. Everyone else got cheeks. 4 players carried your team to that fucking victory.
Oh.
Don't laugh, motherfucker. I got you this week.
I know. That's why I said hola.
You and me this week.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah.
I think I can do it. I think I can pull this one out.
No, you can't.
K is projected to win by like 1 point.
I I haven't rotated anyone yet.
I haven't either. I've been trying to get all that.
But Julio was out this week too.
You also forget their projected points for Alvin Kamara never says 30. He should be getting 30 every game on projected points. Drew Brees is definitely.
Well, we run a PPR league, so catches actually count. And Kamara is one of those guys. He catches the ball out of the backfield, so you get a point every fucking time he catches the football. So, and then on top of that, every one of his catches turns into a 20-yard freaking run. So there's an easy 3-4 points right there.
Yep. Yeah, buddy. And
PPR leagues are super high scoring, and that's kind of the reason why I like it so much. The other league that I'm not in, the other league that I'm in, it's not a PPR. It's more running back based. So, like, I have probably some of the best receivers. I have Keenan Allen, I have B-Hop, I have fucking Godwin, Hilton, Antonio Brown, Ayuk, Claypool. I have those many fucking receivers. And they don't really get as many points as you would think. Like in a PPR league, they would get you. I'd be blowing everyone out.
I mean,
good one.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the show. We had a great conversation with Brandon Rutley. We hope to have him on again soon, if not when the season is going on. We can keep updated on what's going on with the CFL and the BC Lions. Go follow him, Brandon.Rutley. Go follow the BC Lions. They look like they're going to have a good team this next coming year, so excited to see that. Good conversation with him. Thank you, Brandon, again for joining us.
Don't forget BrandonRutley.com.
BrandonRutley.com as well. So go check that out. You guys know where to find us on Twitter, the JAFFO's AP, Alpha PBP for the Pernada Bros Productions Twitter, PBP underscore sports for the Instagram, and then Pernada Bros Productions for the Facebook. Kay, where do they find you again?
Country K863 is KNTRY K. Don't forget the K.
I don't have the other part, but you get it. Don't forget the K. We will see you guys on Friday, where we'll talk about. Well, actually, what's the Thursday? Actually, the Thursday night game this week is going to be a good one. I'm pretty sure it's the Seahawks and Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, green versus red. Here we go.
Yep, Thursday night game, Cardinals versus Seahawks. Who are we picking?
Fuck.
Ooh.
I got. You know what? I'm going Seahawks because there's no way Russ is gonna let that shit happen again. He's gonna let that shit happen again when I watch.
I think I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here.
Yeah. So here's the thing: D-Hop every year game or a big catch in a game, he's always had a very big game after that. So I'm taking the Cardinals too. D-Hop goes crazy and sounds rushing.
Yep.
All right. I got Seahawks still.
Okay, so we got. I'm sure Mad Sticks will probably pick
Cowboys.
The fucking Cowboys. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys on Friday again live here on YouTube and the audio version, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, really anywhere that you can find a podcast. That's where we are at. Go check us out. And if you can find the group page for the JAFFOs on Facebook. I know we have the Pernada Bros Productions for Facebook, but there's the group page for the JAFFOs, so where you can talk with us, ask questions for the show or whatever it is you guys want to do as the community. Basically, the JAFFO community is what we're trying to build there. So go find that, go join that. And again, we will see you guys on Friday. So for myself, JP, For the quarterback, CJP. For the 6'10 Beast from the Southeast, Mr. Country K. For Matt Six, who will be here with us on Friday. We will see you guys later. Deuces.
Cowboys suck.
Yes, they do. Don't ever forget it.